Well, we have reports of election observers in Shasta County being disruptive to election staff as they process ballots. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield live at the Shasta County Elections Office in Reading. Blake, what's the county clerk saying about these observers?
Yeah, Linda, Shasta County Clerk and Registrar of Voters Tom Toller says that he confirmed that the reports of election observers being disruptive are true. It comes just a few days after one former member of his staff says he quit due to observers being what he described as on edge and angry. Tanner Johnson was an account clerk who worked at the Registrar of Voters office for a little more than a year. He quit last Wednesday due to what he says were election observers who would secretly videotape and record staff and even try and follow them into the break room to ask election-related questions. Registrar of Voters Toller acknowledged that Johnson worked for his staff and quit last week. He would not confirm if Johnson's report about observers was true, citing wanting to protect his current staff's privacy. Toller says Johnson is the only staff member who has quit since he assumed his role as county clerk in July. Earlier today, I asked voters why they wanted to come in person and let their voice be heard this election. I also asked Toller if he had a message for election observers ahead of the big day.
My call out to them and to anyone who visits here is, let's be civil, let's try to get along, let's see what we can see, and if we have questions and concerns, bring them to somebody like myself or Joanna or another member of my staff, and we'll try to get their questions answered.
I had my peers put pressure on me to vote this year. Good pressure. It's the first time I've ever voted. Very important I come do it in person and learn.
I think it's a pretty fair system, the way it's set up. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but it's worked for years. Why not continue with it?
Toller says if observers get too disruptive, they are told to leave the office and not return for a 24-hour time period. He added that cooling off periods between staff and observers is also a possible step, allowing each party 15 minutes to calm down after an exchange. According to Toller, 60% of his 20-person staff are working their first election for the county. Toller also confirmed reports of his staff putting locks on certain office doors so observers can't ask staff questions during their break. He also says he has not seen any evidence of fraud or malfeasance so far this election cycle. Reporting live in Reading, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
Right. Thank you, Blake. Now, the Registrar of Voters in both Shasta and Butte County say you still have time to mail your ballot, but it must be postmarked no later than tomorrow. Keaton Dinley in Butte County says the first wave of unofficial election results for the presidential general election will be released at about 8:15 tomorrow night.